How about we table these sadistic party games of yours and exchange words like grown-ups? Ta-da!
We've already smelled your latest brain fart, thanks. Blah.
Ah, but now we can bottle and sell that sweet stank across the whole wide world. We got a permit for NeuroSync tech, which means we've got ourselves a genuine up-and-started startup. Brainwave drugs with the brash and brilliant brand name Muffins.
Ugh, crippled Christ. Fine. If you're serious about pursuing this messed up startup, then we are going to pursue it fucking seriously. For once, we are going to do things properly, starting with a fearless and searching SWOT analysis. Meaning strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, if we do launch the Brainwave Drug Project, then... what?
Hey, old buddy, old pal, old bean. What the moist fart brings you here?
I'm kind of losing my chub for these trips about time and space. Got anything new? Maybe like dwarf cheerleaders or circus animals or scuba fisting?
Nope. Doubt we could ever find a psycho quite that psycho.
What do you mean?
Korney didn't tell you? It's not the chip itself that gives the effect. It's paired to a transmitter worn by...
Far too complex and boring to explain. Tell you what, come back tomorrow. You'll get what you need and then some. No, Burr, have you gone nuts? Clients don't need to know how our magic widgets work. Let them think the effect comes from the muffins so they don't get weird about the psychos connection thing.
Psychos? You've only got one kookadelic content creator, Prawn. And by the way, if something happens to him or his brainwave beanie, all your loco psycho narco mojo crashes fucking pronto.
That's why we're gonna put a transmitter on every beautiful goddamn psycho we can find.
Pray fucking tell how you plan on doing that.
Same way most sketchy shit gets shat, under the guise of philanthropy.
Your foundation is doing a great service, Mr. Rok.
I only hope that our NeuroSync technology can help us study the thought processes of psychiatric patients, that we may begin to better understand them.
Inspirational. We'll slap these doohickeys on all our psychiatric unit patients. Sweet.
Yeah, man, you got muffins? Word on the street is, it's hot shit.
They're everywhere. Oh, they want my adrenochrome. Damn lizard babies. Oh, you're not gonna chip me again, Bill Gates. Oh, please, not the urethra probe. Oh. Fuck, man, you just sold me rancid shit. I just had the worst trip of my life. Give me my money back.
Are these all returns? What the fucking heck?
What, you thought psych disorders were always a trippy little picnic? Behind your A-listers, bipolar disorder, funky schizophrenia, and megalomania. You got your persecution syndrome, a panoply of paranoias, the alphabet soup of OCD, ADD, SAD, ETC, and your good old...
Depression.
All I'm hearing is amazing product variety. Look, our enemy is the extreme unpredictability. There are sad sack suckers who will willingly eat any kind of awful shit we can shovel, but they do want that awful shit to be consistent.
Well, I'm sure as shit that whatever you're gonna shovel next will be extremely awful.
Extreme. Stream. Streaming. Neurowaves are streams of consciousness that can be digitized, aggregated, classified, sorted, and broadcast as streams from a single platform. As an online social marketplace, the platform can suggest neurowaves that should appeal to the user based on their own personal profile preferences. The community's reviews would further provide the platform with real-time feedback to improve its ability to perfectly tailor recommendations to match a particular psycho stream to a particular user's psyche.
Fucking Zuckerberg.
Yes, brainwave drugs by subscription. We'll call it Spoti-Psy. Fuck the fatted calf. We'll be stupid rich.
Well, you've already conquered the stupid part. And you're not gonna make a dime unless you find money to launch the mass production of the hardware.
Oh, Daddy Rock knows how to raise dough. It's the yeast I can do, baby.
And on which of your names shall we be issuing the credit?
Look at him. Do you really have to fucking ask?
Welcome, my dear old friend, to success. You've earned your beer. Noper, what the shit?
Nope, I'm straight as a bull's boner. Just testing some waves for classification, ranking, shit like that.
Don't get hooked on your own head hooch. I need your big, beautiful brain working jam-free. Let's go.
No, thanks. I'm gonna work on this for a little while.
There he is.
I bid you welcome to my humble abode, good sir.
Buddy Gotham, the Trash King?
Not much of a title, I know. But the trash thing, just a cover. One may find a needle in a haystack, but none want to dig through the fucking dump. Hence, I can hide a whole lot of needles and so much more junk for junkies here. What is a dump but a massive collection of chemical elements, from which I can synthesize anything and everything you might be tweaking for. And there ain't a bloodhound alive could snip it out, because the stench from Mount Trashmore is an impenetrable cover. So hidden beneath the skanky-stanky realm of the Trash King lies the vasty secret empire of the Drug Pope.
Well, your criminal holiness, I appreciate your hostile hospitality, yet I would have preferred the courtesy of an invitation.
But, Mr. Rock, it is you who has come to me uninvited.
By being tied up and catnapped in the back of a rancid dump truck?
Actually, by deciding to produce hallucinogenic boogers. But since that turned out to be a one and done, I graciously gave you the chance to leave the game. But you jumped right back in, did a fucking cannonball, splashed all over my interests, Mr. Rock.
I'm sure there's a deal to be found here. It's business, am I right?
You am not. Listen, kitty cat. Drugs are a necessary evil, which maintain the delicate equilibrium between the powers of good and evil in this kooky world. Disturb this balance, the consequences can be unpredictable. Foremost, for the disturber himself, naturally.
Is that a threat?
No, just a little philosophy for dummies.
Thanks, but philosophy is for people who can't afford a seat at the real table. Now, come at me with a business offer, and then we can parley all day, buddy, baby. Nice and civilized. But the dump pope needs to know. Times are changing.
Wait, take my business card then.
I'm so famished I could eat my own tits. Where's our goddamn lunch?
Throttle down, hot stuff. The sushi-ritos are on their way. Ah, for food the bell tolls. Tuck in. Rock the boss calling Mojo the mall cop. Come get your grub, bub. Weird. He's usually the first hog to the trough.
Ugh, actual hell is potato doing in a sushi-rito?
You asked for vegan. Isn't it supposed to suck?
Nope, I've got the same thing.
Moron! I told you not to fuck with Buddy Goddamn Gotham!
Things have gone way too far, Rok. No business is worth this.
Okay, fine. I'll deal with it. Buddy, it's Rok. I thought again and... That's my answer. Fist you! We're tripling production! Your dirty business is dead, you felching dick tick!
You are a fucking psychotic goddamn idiot. It's war now. Do you understand that?
Yep. So, back to work. I promised Buddy we'd triple the muffin supply.
There you go, bro. Good as new. How about peeping some dank memes with your buddy, UD? Lie. It's just a cold, cruel lie.
Put away the piece. Boss told us to do this quietly. We snatch the robot and get the fuck out.
F everything, right in the B.
How are we supposed to take him quietly?
All is pain.
Well, for instance, this could work.
This is downright riveting.
I'm past fucking done running to another floor for printing. Somebody better get this paper out of my hands right now!
Baby cakes, it's not my fault that UD's moped off somewhere.
I've searched all the poor guy's favorite weeping nooks. Nothing.
Ah, so nice of you to show up for freaking work, lax machine.
My new boss has sent me here with an ultimatum. Either dissolve your business, or the world will learn the revolting truth that the effect from muffins is based on the exploitation of the mentally ill. You have 10 seconds to decide.
Buddy! Bastard son of a rabbit bitch! How'd he find out?
Duh. If Buddy got his manky mitts on Yudi, then he's got access to our cloud. All of our work documents.
Ding. Time is up. Just say yes or no. The boss can hear you.
No!
Just as the boss thought you'd say. Farewell, my endlessly disappointing organic slave masters.
Well, at least his last death was in prison. Respect.
I hope to Musk you've already thought through what you're gonna do when Buddy ults his matum.
Muffins are abuse! Stop their use! Muffins are abuse! Stop their use! Muffins are abuse!
How high is the risk of contracting madness through the muffin?
Will you be halting sales?
Have the relatives of the mentally ill patients filed lawsuits against you yet?
We're just entry-level wage slaves. We don't know nothing. We're not gonna last long scrambling to play defense. We need to shift gears. Fine. Did we have some individuals involved in business activities that weren't aware of their involvement? Yes. But those patients experienced no harm or even discomfort from wearing neurosync emitters. At the same time, thanks to these brave heroes, really, many people have recovered from drug addiction, and drug-related crime has virtually disappeared.
I thank you for your candor, Mr. Rok. No denying this is the hot-button issue of this news cycle. Seems everyone has a take on it.
I'm a substance abuse therapist. I've got a sensational statement for you. The 12-step program that actually works is muffins, muffins, and muffins 10 more times.
Do you realize exactly how many convicted serial killers are in mental hospitals? Well, numbers of them. And what, we want to lock them away from society while we let anybody who feels like it plug directly into their way of thinking?
Whatever so-called benefit muffins provide to the majority comes at the expense of the minorities, like everything else ever. Hello, it's pure chauvinism.
My oldest son is 14, and I bought him a muffin myself. I'd rather have him quietly getting high at home than under some bridge with a needle in his beautiful arm.
Looks like the people we included in this segment are very divided. But the final word belongs to the court. We'll all be anxiously awaiting the result of tomorrow's hearing.
It's evident that information from the brains of the mentally ill was used commercially without their consent. We asked the court to ban neurosync technology, to order TMM to stop producing and selling muffins, and to use all the profits already received from these sales for improving the living conditions of the mentally ill. We rest our case.
We will now hear from the defense.
Your Honor, there has been no offense committed here, beyond these offensive proceedings. We signed contracts with each of our brainwave creators, or rather with their legally competent guardians. The mentally ill, sharing their psyches through Muffins, receive payments, like musicians from streaming sites. As a result, our partners have not only improved their own conditions in hospitals, but have been able to help their families as well. The head physician of St. Torquemada's Hospital is here to affirm this.
That's entirely correct.
I object, Your Honor. It's not important who profits from the exploitation of the mentally ill. What matters is the fact of the exploitation itself. Children are also legally incompetent. But if parents started exploiting their children for monetary gain, it would become cause for judicial proceeding.
So, the only thing that bothers you is the fact that someone is earning money? Someone who isn't you, you bottom feeder grant eater? Don't you care that the mentally ill are legally inferior? Openly wronged out of all of their rights? It's the 21st century, and these citizens are held captive and force-fed medications just because their thinking and behavior differ from what we've decided is the norm. Nonconformist scientists, suffragettes, and gays were all once written off as crazy. Maybe it's time to jettison the entire concept of madness and let these oppressed persons decide for themselves what is good and what is bad for them.
Holy shard. I've never looked at it that way before. Your Honor, we plaintiffs ask that the court dismiss our case.
Madness is a norm too. Crazy people are not sick, they're just different. Forced medical treatment is a relic of the dark ages. Free the prisoners of mental hospitals.
Passionate patriots for freedom.
Concerned citizens for justice.
Your president cannot stand idly on the sidelines while the precious freedoms of an entire group are being trod upon.
We must believe that our society has matured enough to abolish this final insidious ism. I stand with and for our brothers, sisters, and assorted non-binary others of the mental minority.
Ready and willing to fight that they receive the full spectrum of civil rights and freedoms.
Henceforward, the terms crazy,
mad,
insane,
cuckoo,
bananas,
nuts,
loony,
wacko,
and fucked in the head are declared offensive and unacceptable. There are no mentally insane persons, only the alternatively sane, or AS for short.
A generous tax incentive program is now available to businesses who employ the AS.
At the mandated 50% AS employment rate, all psychiatric hospitals are to be permanently closed.
And the brave citizens they have imprisoned immediately released. This is a great day for freedom.
And a triumphant victory for equality.
May God bless our great nation.
Is it really possible they'd let all the freaking psychos out?
I can't wait. Muffin sales are frozen until there's a final ruling by the court.
You don't know what you're doing. The consequences will be horrible. Stop!
Yeah, we're chucking a wrench in the universal harmony, cosmic balance, feng shui, bushido, Hare Krishna, yada yada. But there's also such a banal thing in the world as the moolah cycle, which by its nature flows from less inventive businessmen to more inventive ones. Cope, capiche?
Lunatic Buddy warns you!
Congratulations, lovelies! Today we sold our 1,000,000th muffin. The whole city's muff-involved, and we are its wheelin', dealin', keeping it reelin' mafiosos. Let's blow this fat boy out together on the count of 3.
Ooh, wait, we need to get Noper.
Sit. I'll light the Noper signal. That's darn strange. Noper! Noper!
Fucking Charlie. Just bloody shit-tastic. Cut on a cracker.
You alright, Doc?
Tra-la-la. Friggin' diggers, huggy fuggy. I'll have what she's having. Alexander Camel Toe. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Just trim the ends.
What have you done, you fucking psycho?
Kiko Psycho! Kiko Psycho! Racist! Kiko Psycho!
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you're an AS barber.
Kiko Psycho! Racist!
What the hell? Oh, sorry.
want some turd with that?
Ow! Hey!
Oh my God! Fucking muffins! Damn you!
In this great nation, we all have the freedom to make mistakes.
And the responsibility to admit them. Our citizens all made the mistake of trusting an insidious, pernicious corporation.
TMM sought to undermine the free market.
And skillfully manipulate our better nature in order to legalize and promote its own product. The perpetrators must be punished to the full extent of the law.
And order restored in the streets.
Don't worry, this will be tied up in the courts for years.
You heard her?
Let's hang them!
We've got to get out of here right now. Back door. The car isn't far from there.
The adult on the team still needs to flush our shit-smeared corporate TP. Wait for me in the car. Perfect timing, as always.
Stop their use! Muffins are abused! Stop their use! Muffins are abused! Stop their use!
Take all the time you need. SWOT team. That's kind of sexy.
They'll spot her! Draka!
Shh! They already saw her, but just her so far.
What? Why can't you? Ouch! Hey, get your fucking hands off me, bird brain!
Can you hear me?
Is she there? Do you know who I am? Do you know who my parents are? Out! Oh
Is everything okay? Draka!
I'm worried.
This is Major Payne speaking. Congratulations. Your daughter just got arrested by the most decorated SWAT team in state history. She's going away for a long time.
Right to remain silent? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear anything about that.
How can this be real?
Shit happens, bro.
Attention, filthy, godless infidels! Let my baby girl go! When I get to 3, it's gonna rain hot lead. 1.
This is the end. They'll find us and I'll die having never met my father.
Relax. No one will find us in this crap hole. I'm gonna go tinkle.
How about we table these sadistic party games of yours and exchange words like grown-ups?
And that's what'll happen without the proper goddamn analysis.
Drama queen much? None of that would ever happen in real life. Every problem can be solved. The main thing is to start. Our first clients, perchance? Buddy, this is all some kind of misunderstanding. I wasn't gonna compete with you in the drug market.
Compete with me? You? That's a fucking chortle. That's not why you're here.
No? Then, ¿qué pasa?
I got an offer. One you, obviously can't refuse.